Hey, good morning. I know it's been a while since I've been on here, and my goodness, since then the seasons have really changed. Alexa, what's the weather today?
The current weather is 46 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies. Today, you can look for mostly sunny weather with a high of 79 degrees and a low of 46 degrees.
46 degrees. I mean, it's gone from being, it seems like, I think I'm remembering correctly, in the 70s as the low in the mornings to a few days in the 60s. And all of a sudden, boom, 46 degrees. Oh my goodness. Well, I decided, now my daughter did give me a capsule of pumpkin spice cake, but nope, I'm gonna save that because I was thinking, I've got all this raspberry that I ordered. I don't know, how many did I order? 1, 2, 3 sleeves of it that I have left back when it came out. Oh my goodness, almost a year ago now. And I thought, I don't want to just be saving this stuff up and, forget it or something. I want to enjoy it. So that's what I am going to do. I'll tell you a little story. I've got 2 little Coffee Mate creamers in here. I had this aunt, growing up in New York, you say aunt, like the little bug. But actually, I guess she was a great aunt. And she was never married. She lived with her sister, who was my grandmother. Let me get this started. Aunt Lil. And I remember my mother telling me how Aunt Lil had been a seamstress, I think maybe in a cotton mill when she was younger, and came over here from Europe on a ship, or as they say, she came over on a boat. And then she was a seamstress, I don't know, other places, and she was very, very good at it. But what they would do, she was also poor. So when she'd have a birthday or whatever, they'd give her nice lingerie. Like a nice slip, or I don't know what lady, they probably didn't give her things like rosin girdles. Ladies wore girdles in those days. But anyway, I remember my mother telling me that when Aunt Lil died and they were going through her stuff, they found all this lingerie that they had given her still in the tissue paper. She had just kept them. She never had worn them. And I thought, oh my goodness. But I understand that, because when we get something that's really special to us, sometimes we don't want to touch it. We just want to keep it. Well, I know it's rather trite to compare it with this coffee, but I didn't want to be like Aunt Lil and just keep it in the cabinet there. I wanted to be able to enjoy it. Actually, I think I do have a little bit of Aunt Lil in me, because I have some clothes that I've bought over the years, and I got them for a special occasion, but the occasion was never special enough to wear them, and some of them are still hanging or folded up with the price tags on them. I know this probably makes me seem like a nut, but I bet I'm not the only person that's done that. Anyway, now I will break the cycle and enjoy. Let me smell it. Oh my, I'm telling you, the raspberry, it's not just raspberry. It's like somebody crushed a bunch of fresh raspberries. Seriously, I hope they bring this back out this year. It's amazing. Oh, and it really tastes good too. Now the question is, should I sweeten it? Oh my gosh. I don't know. I think about it. Let me just, you know how I'll recommend to you books that really enjoying. So, The Fourth Wing, Fourth, The Fourth Wing. Oh my gosh. My daughter recommended it to me. I couldn't put it down. I recommended it to my other daughter. She couldn't put it down, and she's starting it over again after finishing it. My daughter here and we listened to the audiobook, but my other daughter read the print book. I mean, we all feel like, oh my gosh, what an amazing story. And the sequel to it is coming out the beginning of November. And then I'm almost finished with A Court of Thorns and Roses, which right now has 5 books, but I believe a 6th one is coming out in January. Oh my gosh. It's very difficult to put it down. It's one of these books where I say to myself, and I'm listening to the audiobook, not reading the print copy. I'll say, okay, just one more chapter. Just one more chapter. And maybe 10, 15, 20 chapters later, I'll go, okay, I have got to go to bed now. Really amazing stories, but I will say this. It does have what you might call adult content in it. And if you're an adult, it's fine. I would not let teenagers or younger read these books. Absolutely not. And I will say this too. These books have a lot of meaning in them too. They're fantasy novels. It's not just fantasy. It's not just suspense and adventure and adult content. But they're really, there's a lot to be learned from the stories. Now, I'm one of those readers, and I do this with movies too, and even sometimes TV shows. I'm thinking, what can I learn from this? Maybe not everybody does that. I'm kind of an overthinker and tend to be very serious. So, some people probably able to read a book, see a movie, and just enjoy the experience and not think any deeper about it. I'm a deep thinker about these things. But I found some very worthwhile things that actually have helped me in my life in these books, in the way I think and approach things and people. Anyhow. I'll spare you the rest of my overthinking all of this, and I hope you have a good day and can enjoy some good coffee. I'll talk to you, I don't know, sometime soon-ish.